morning. It is day 5 of the Syrian Refugee Ration Challenge. Just woke up. I'm really tired. So yeah, I'm just having my cup of black tea, and so I have the tea bag here that I've retained now for all this time. It's going to be very, very weak by this point. So yeah, so I'm just gonna make myself a black coffee and yeah, get ready for another work week. Signing off. Okay, so it is lunchtime, day 5. It's about 11:30 a.m. So I never had any breakfast this morning except just a cup of black tea. I'm not particularly hungry, but I'm gonna eat because I need the calories to get me through the rest of the day. And so I didn't have time today to come home and cook something, so I'm just having leftovers from yesterday. So the leftover portion of rice that I cooked, as well as a fasulia or kidney bean soup that I made. So yeah, so this would be my lunch. So today I'm going to make my second lot of hummus with the other 40 grams I had left of the chickpeas. So I've already soaked the chickpeas overnight in water. And so now I'm just going to drain them off, add them to this blender along with about 60 mils of water, and yeah, and just blend it. Okay, and so here we have the simple hummus, which I plan to have with the remaining flatbread that I'm able to make. I have 100 grams of flour left, so yeah. Okay, so I actually forgot I was meant to cook the chickpeas because I went to taste this and I'm like, this tastes a bit strange. It kind of tastes like, you know, peas or something. And then I went back and read the recipe. I am a bit tired, and so obviously I missed the step of actually having to cook the chickpeas. So can I still eat this hummus? I don't know. Okay, so I'm attempting to make these plain rice doses since I'm running out of flatbread. I don't know how this is going to go, but basically you just have to soak the rice overnight, add it to a blender with 1/4 cup of water, blend it until it has like a pancake batter consistency, and then fry it. I've tried to mix rice and water several times now to make crackers and to make a pancake, which I think is very similar to what I'm attempting to make here. And that, yeah, didn't turn out well. It was pretty much just fried congee. It didn't hold together in any way. The difference was, though, I used cooked rice. This time I'm using rice I've just soaked. So I assume that is going to make all the difference. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to make these. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I have my rice added to the blender. I'm not going to add all this water at once. Just going to add maybe half and a pinch of salt. A little bit more than a pinch of salt. Okay, let's hope this works. Let's go and see what happens when I blend it. So I think this is a much better consistency than anything I've had before, as you can see here. I think this might actually work. I probably just need to add a little bit more water because it is quite thick. I was scared that I would add too much and it wouldn't blend, but this may be a complete success, which will be really great after my failed hummus incident. Going to add a tiny bit more water now to get it a bit thinner. Okay, I think that's going to do. So I'm just going to heat up the wok now, add some oil, and see how these go. Oh my God, I think we have success. I put a little bit too much oil in the pan, but it's holding together. Yes, brilliant. So you just cook them for 3 minutes on either side. Okay, so these are my plain rice doses. They don't look quite as good as the picture. This is what they're meant to look like. So yeah, they don't quite look as good as that, but let's hope they're still palatable. Okay, so I'm attempting to make Stefania's fish cake recipe. So that's the recipe there. I'm modifying it slightly because I don't want to use the amount of rations it suggests in the recipe. So I'm going to be using the sardines. So it says to use 90 grams of these sardines, but I'm just going to use, I don't know, like half a can. I want to save the other half a can. Now that I no longer have my 40 grams of chickpeas to make my hummus, I need something to have with my flatbread for lunch the next couple of days. So it also says to use like 1/3 of a cup, is it? half a cup of kidney beans. I don't want to use that much because again, I want to save these kidney beans, at least 3/4 of what I have here, to make a kind of paste that I can have on my flatbread on my final day of the ration challenge. So yeah, so basically you just want to start off by adding rice to the blender. It says here 1 cup, so that's quite hot still. Just finished cooking. I'm going to add that to the blender. And so I really added a lot of water to the rice to get it, to overcook it and get it really soggy. Don't know if that was a good choice or not. So there we go. So I'm also going to add in a pinch of salt. Also going to add in a very small amount of my spice, which is the curry. Just a little bit of that for flavour. Okay, here we go. I'm going to add in a couple of kidney beans. Maybe like 2 spoons of kidney beans. That's it. They don't look appealing. Okay, smelling them was a poor choice. I don't know why I chose to smell them. Okay, so I'm just gonna, here are the sardines. There's a lot of juice, oil I mean. So I'm just gonna get out one of them. Oh my God, they're quite large. So I'm just gonna put 1.5 in the recipe. Save the other 1.5 for lunch tomorrow. I'll put a little bit of the oil in, I guess. I probably should save the oil to flavour something else. So there we go. Where am I going to put that? Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to now blend this concoction in the blender. I've now blended this mix. It's like a, okay, it doesn't smell too bad. It's just like a sort of, I don't know really how this is going to work, to be honest. Okay, so you're meant to use spoons to sort of get out a ball, and then you kind of have to roll it. So sort of flatten it. I don't like to use my hands, so I'm going to use baking paper and a rolling pin. So you have to coat. I'm going to use a little bit of my precious flour for this. Okay, so excuse all the mess, but here we have the patties, and so we're just now going to fry these in the wok in a little bit of oil. Okay, so it is day 5, dinner time, and so today I have made something completely different to my usual fare. I made these rice dosas. I don't know how they're going to go. I think they're just like a giant rice cracker cake, so let's try these. Okay, so they're really good. They're not bad. Thumbs up for those. When I run out of flour, I can still make these to eat, so that'll be great. And then we have these fish cakes, which I'm excited to try, despite my lack of, I mean, I don't particularly care for sardines, so. Okay, here we go. They're actually really good. I don't mind sardines at all. Maybe that's because I have been on this ration challenge now for 5 days. Oh, that's so tasty. That's really good. It could use a tiny bit more salt. Yeah, this is amazing. So I can just, I'll probably just eat these fish cakes on top of the doses. But yeah, I think this is a nice meal. So cheers to day 5, and tomorrow to day 6. Okay, so it is the evening on day 5 of the Syrian Refugee Ration Challenge, and I thought I would give a bit of an update for the day. So I think today I struggled the most. After lunch, I really struggled with concentration and energy levels. I think an hour later I was just really fatigued, had trouble concentrating. The same thing happened after dinner last night. And so, yeah, so it was a bit of a struggle this afternoon. And then I was really hungry by 5 o'clock, so I came home, cooked an early dinner. So the fish cakes were like a success. They were really good. I enjoyed them. Not so much the rice doses. They were just, I think they were just too oily. I probably should have fried them in bit less oil. But considering that the fish cakes and the doses were fried in oil, there was just too much oil in my dinner tonight, and so it's made me feel a bit sickly now, and I'm starting to get a really bad headache. So I've just had a bit of trouble concentrating just after lunch, and again this afternoon when you saw the failure that was my hummus. I just I had the recipe right in front of me, and I didn't read far enough ahead, and I didn't cook the chickpeas, so I lost 40 grams of my chickpea ration, and I cannot now make hummus because I blended the chickpeas without cooking them. So I don't have that for lunch tomorrow now, so I'm going to have to come up with an alternative lunch for tomorrow. So so I think today was definitely has been the hardest day of the challenge so far.